Hi guys, it's Amy. I feel a little funny in front of the camera, but maybe I'll get used to it as time goes on. I'm doing a tag today called my art story tag, and it is from Anna Brim, who is a YouTuber from the UK, and I've become a subscriber of hers, and she has 6 questions, which I'll start right in. And before I do, I just want to say us YouTubers in this community are, if we're not artists, well, we all are some type of artist. So it made me think of my past and where it actually started with me. So the first question is, how or when did you become interested in art? And I believe I always was. In elementary school, my mom started me with lessons after school. I always enjoyed my art classes from kindergarten on. And I believe the first formal art lessons were oil painting, and that was in my later elementary years. But I had drawing classes, I had watercolor classes, and then I, of course, enjoyed art and in high school, and I pursued my oil painting then. And then I went to college for art education. Now in college I specialized in printmaking, which was screen printing and intaglio printmaking, which is a type of, it's actually etchings. So if you've ever heard, oh, you want to come up and see my etchings, that's where it came from. I don't know why I said that, that was stupid. But an etching is where you, I'm not sure whether it's brass, but you take a metal plate the size of your piece of art that you want it to be, and ours were like 9 by 12, I guess, in college. And you covered the whole surface with like a black tarish stuff. I don't know what you call it. And then you take a tool and you'd etch your design into it, and then put it in an acid bath, which it would eat away the metal that was exposed through your strokes, your tool. And I forget how long you left it in there. All this is just foreign to me now. And then you take it out of the acid bath and washed off all the tar, and then that's what you rolled with the brayer. In fact, well, my brayer's up there, but you rolled on this special ink with a brayer and ran it through a printing press. And the good thing about it was you could, until your actual metal plate broke down, which very rarely did, but you could get hundreds of prints from that same metal plate. And you used to number them, like the number on the top, like right here, you'd put the number that you're printed, like if it was your first print, you'd put a 1 and then a slash, and then the bottom number would be the total numbers that you printed of that particular image. So I enjoyed that. I liked silk screening, but not as much. So I really liked art history too, and then I went to become an art teacher. Now, art teachers' jobs were very scarce, so I just went into education, and I finally got my teaching degree on top of my art degree. So now I'm, I can teach art, or I can teach reading or writing, or I can teach elementary or high school. So that's where it took me. So as far as when I became interested in art, it's really been my whole life. Okay, number 2, what forms of art or types of crafts do you enjoy most? Well, my art has evolved from those college days to more of a slash craft. I always have that art interest, but At the same time, I pursued my crafts, which was knitting, a little bit of sewing, a little bit of quilt making, and there's just so many different things I love to do. Now, let me see if I'm going ahead. Oh, what forms of art do you enjoy most? I really love knitting when I have the time, but I think scrapbooking has, at any form of paper or journaling, that sort of thing, has taken over and become my favorite right now. Let's see. Number 3 is, do you have support from family and friends or any crafting buddies? I have support from my family because they love seeing themselves in my scrapbooks. They love seeing, my children have children, and they love seeing their kids in the scrapbooks. They love looking back and seeing them as children. So it's a great thing for family. And I don't have any friends that are crafty. It's funny, my YouTube life is separate from my work life, and very few people know that I do YouTube videos. Or if they do, they don't watch them. They don't know what my YouTube username is. So, and that's okay, because, because. And so I have support from my husband and my family, I would say that. Number 4, where do you find inspiration and who inspires you? I think I've always had the inspiration. A lot comes from nature, from animals, because I've always had pets. But I really think once I started on YouTube, that is what has inspired me. I've found so many different areas of interest on YouTube, and some days I wake up and I'm like, what am I going to do now? I just don't know what to do first. So I'm excited about that. So all in all, YouTube, Pinterest, all you guys out there have inspired me. Number 5, why did you start making videos? I started making videos probably, I don't know, about 4 or 5 years ago. And I'm a sporadic video maker. I started in the summer because as a teacher I had my summers off, and I just started looking on YouTube going, I wonder if I put scrapbooking in, where would it take me? So I put scrapbooking in, and I was amazed at all the things that was out there. So I would say, who did I don't even remember who my first subscriber, who I first subscribed to, but ever since then I think ever since my first YouTube video, and then when I got people commenting and then subscribers, I'm like, hey, this is fun. So I don't do it as much as I'd like because I'm usually so busy, but I'm planning on getting into it a little bit more. Number 6, do you want to pursue any kind of art for a career? Well, to tell you the truth, my career is winding down, and I'm really looking forward to it. What you see here is a soon-to-be 60-year-old mother, grandmother, teacher, whatever you want to call me, scrapbooker. I've got about a week until I turn 60, and I'm planning on retiring this year in June, and I just cannot wait. So I can pursue all these interests. So I'm not doing anything for a career, but whatever happens, I'm always open for trying new things. I love journal keeping. I've gotten into Filofax. To think about where I started in scrapbooking, and it started with a Making Memories party. And I was like, wow, this is neat. Look at these stamps and inks, and you can color it in, and you can make cards, birthday cards for people. So then at the school I was teaching at the time, they had Stampin' Up! Parties. And I would go to this girl's house on Saturday, and a bunch of us would get together and make cards and different projects. And of course, I started buying all the Stampin' Up! Stuff. So, and then once I got into YouTube, it just went crazy from there. So, there's just so many things that I'm interested in now. So I think that is the end of my story. If you have any questions or want to share this tag, if you watch this, feel free to do this tag and say I tagged you. And I want to thank you guys for stopping by, and I love all my subbies. I love you guys. You are my inspiration, and I just don't know where I'd be without all of you. Definitely not making videos like this. So thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you soon. Bye.